कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
Sonia Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jirendra, Jai Swaminarayan, Sairam. Good morning to you all and Om Shanti. Om. Om. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Once again, very warm welcome from us, from our Mangat, from our team. Can I just invite Dr. Arjunji, please? Because we don't want to waste our time today. Arjunji, are you there?
Yes.
Thank you. All yours.
Namaste and pranam to all. In our journey, we are exploring not only Vedant literature and Vedant philosophy, but with the support of Vedant, we are exploring the fundamental questions concerning our lives and our existence. Questions are: who am I? Why? What am I doing? How? The purpose of life and attainment of moksha are the objectives behind discussing all this. We have discussed fundamental principles of Vedanta, Sahitya, and philosophy in our previous talks. We also have discussed Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. Now, today, we are going to discuss about Jnana Yoga. And this way, we will continue the commitment to ourselves for the journey towards moksha. Before a couple of days, my team has planned a recording session. So some of my videos were being recorded. During that process, the videographer said that object is not clear. So I asked out of curiosity, what is the object? He said, you are the object. It took me time to understand, but what I realize is, what struck to me is, I believe I'm Arjun. I believe that I'm so and so. These are my things. This is my occupation, or this is what I known for. But for someone else, I am the object. It is a moment of realization where I need to ponder on and about my existence. That exactly and actually who am I? So if I go to Vedant, I receive the answer that I am the part and parcel of Brahm. I'm not different than the ultimate reality, Brahm. Gnan Yoga is something which can make it more clear to us about ourselves. In Vedant philosophy, Gnan Yoga is the path of knowledge and wisdom. See, we are living in an era of information. Information is very handy and very much available to us. Day by day, we are getting the benefit of inventions and innovations, especially from information technology side. Our standard of living is improving. The thing is, how do we improvise the quotient of wisdom? How do we focus on knowledge driven things and processes and discussions and deliberations? Focusing on understanding the true nature of reality and true nature of ourselves. If we can disseminate and introspect, Gnan Yoga is a way through which we can start this journey. The approach of Gnan Yoga emphasizes knowledge of self. It is not talking about the other sciences or technologies. It is talking about the very much uh, successful technology named human being. We are creation of someone, and that technology is very much successful, isn't it? So this approach emphasizes knowledge of self as Atma, as a soul, and realization of our Atma's unity with the cosmos, with the Brahm. According to Vedant, liberation, in Sanskrit we call moksha. According to Vedant, moksha can be attained by overcoming ignorance. Ignorance in Sanskrit is avidya, which is not vidya, which is not wisdom, which is not knowledge. Through inner knowledge, through gnan, we can attain moksha. This is the fact, this is the reality. Practitioners of Gnan Yoga use some of the techniques like self-inquiry, like contemplation, meditation, pondering and focusing over philosophical texts like Bhagavad Gita, like Vedas, like Upanishads. like Aranya Granthas. And by doing this, if we consciously can work on transcending our egos, and if we can realize the oneness of ourselves with the divine, with the Brahma, with the universe, with the nature, it would be our fruit, it would be our achievement. If we see at Gnana Yoga, it's a in my understanding it's a little heavy area to deliberate. So if we break up the fundamental ideas, and if we see step by step, then uh, if you see at the key principles of Gnan Yoga, then first comes Vivek, the ability to distinguish between the real and unreal, to realize and to understand what is physical, what is metaphysical, what is Maya and what is Brahma. The Vivek of understanding, the discrimination sense. The Vivek is discrimination ability or sense of discrimination, where we identify or we analyze, or where we can distinguish between what is real and what is not real, what is unreal. The another aspect is detachment, vairagya. Why I said it is difficult way, because see, even by believing so in some philosophy, in philosophy of even in Gnan Yoga, it is very difficult for us, the human beings, to detach ourselves from the Maya created, because it is quite close to our hearts. Vairagya is renouncing attachment to material world and its illusions. The third key principle of Gnan Yoga is self-control, which is also again very difficult to practice now and then. Sometimes we may practice, but when it comes to regularity, it is a bit difficult. If we, with the self-control, if we can cultivate qualities like calmness, if we can control our senses, calm, krodh, mad, moh, lobh, if we can control all these things, and if we can maintain our inner peace, we can grow spiritually, and we can adopt this journey of Gnana Yoga. Another key principle is desire of liberation. There is a word in Gujarati as well as in Sanskrit, mumuksh. Mumuksh is someone who has liberated himself or herself from the desires.
Clinic, Level 2, Barnet Hospital, the 12th of November 2024.
Yeah. So desire for liberation is a sincere yearning to attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. And for that, what is the condition? The condition is one has to realize one's true nature. We have to realize what is the true nature of Atma, what is the true nature of our own self. To understand the principles and core ideas of Gnan Yoga, if we visit a few characters, few incidents from our ancient scriptures like Mahabharata and Ramayana. So first comes to be is Arjun. During Kurukshetra war, in time of Mahabharata, the preachings of Bhagavad Gita focuses on this. Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna imparts spiritual wisdom to Arjun. It is not information, it is not knowledge, it is wisdom. And categorically speaking, it is spiritual wisdom. So when Lord Krishna taught Arjun, advised Arjun with the wisdom that nature of soul is the impermanence of physical body and the eternal presence of Atman. So when Krishna has guided him about the soul, about the physical body, and about the presence of our own Atma, Arjun's Atma, Atma of everyone who were there. He guided Arjun through the concepts of self-realization and nature of reality. Not only guided, but he also encouraged him to rise above his limits, rise above his ego, right? Rise above the Maya and realize and see and notice the truth of his existence. What is the purpose of his existence? What is all about his Atma is being taught, is being advised. Arjun's realization of these preachings and acceptance of the wisdom. It is not only about understanding, it's not only about realization, it's all about acceptance and followed actions. So Arjun accepted it, this wisdom, the embodiment of Gnan Yoga, and he behaved like someone who has understood this. He learns, Arjun has learned how to act without the attachment either with his relatives, his brothers and relatives. Not only that, but also the fruits, the outcomes. What could be the result? What would be the results? He realized that I need not to focus on these two aspects. I need to just focus on my job. So it's a combination of Karma Yoga and Gnan Yoga, but the entire Bhagavad Gita is all about Gnan Yoga. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetra, 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 Kshetragna, Yat Gnanam Matam Mama, says that knowledge of field and the knower of the field, this alone I consider a true knowledge. It is interesting to see what Krishna and how Krishna defines knowledge. Krishna explains to Arjun the need to differentiate between the physical body, this sharir, and the eternal soul. Eternal soul is the knower, one who knows, and body is felt. This teaching is foundational to our Gnana Yoga, as it encourages Arjun to see beyond the transit body and recognize the unchanging self. So, this could be one of the very impactful examples. Another is of Vidur from Mahabharata. Vidur was minister to the throne of Hastinapur, and he was the half brother of Kaurav. The entire life and journey of Vidur is based and focused on Gnana Yoga. He practiced Gnana Yoga across his life. He has penned a book that is called Vidur Niti. The way we have Chanakya Niti and the other Nitis. Vidur Niti is one of the very fundamental text of Gnana Yoga, where the proportion of Vivek is emphasized a lot. In Vidur Niti, Vidur shares profound philosophical and ethical wisdom with King Dhritarashtra. His insights cover the nature of right action, detachment, and importance of following one's inner moral compass. Vidur's life reflects the Gnan Yoga as he remains committed to truth and dharma, despite being surrounded by material and political temptations. When you have nothing and you have to give away is a different case. And when you are on sitting on a throne, or when you are sitting besides the throne, when you are a billionaire or millionaire, at that time giving up everything is very much difficult. So the importance of Vidur's practices lies in this, that he, being surrounded by, being able to get everything, he remained detached throughout his journey. And there are very famous incidents where Bhagavan Krishna went to Vidur's place to have food, and he offered him bhaji. Right? Since those times, these are the very beautiful chapters. In Mahabharata, it is said, Vidya param jyotirmrutam chayate param. Vidya param jyotirmrutam chayate param. That is, through knowledge. Through knowledge, one attains the highest light and the ultimate state of immortality. In our primary discussions in previous sessions, we discussed, and I mentioned that majority of philosophers, majority of our sages and saints believe that Gnan Yoga is something which has all the potential to take you to the moksha. But when it comes to practices, Bhakti Yoga is more simpler. That also we have discussed. Here, Vidya Param Jyotirmrutam Chayate Param says, in this, Vidur advised to Dhritarashtra. This statement of Vidur is being told to Dhritarashtra revolves around the pursuit of truth and knowledge as a way of liberation. This wisdom encourages detachment from material possessions, embodying Gnan by focusing on the inner light of wisdom. Vidur advised Dhritarashtra to detach himself from this materialistic possessions. And we see, if as and when he could not do, as and when Dhritarashtra could not realize this thing, could not practice this thing, we know what was the result, what was the conclusion. The third powerful example from Mahabharata is Bhishma. Gnanena tu tadgnanam yesha nashitatmanam. For those whose ignorance is destroyed by knowledge, knowledge reveals the Supreme Self. For those whose ignorance is destroyed by knowledge, knowledge reveals the Supreme Self, is said by Krishna Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita. And this is the testament to Vishnu's character. On his deathbed, he imparts deep wisdom to Yudhishthir and Pandav, all five brothers, teaching about various aspects of life, including dharma, including the theories and practices of ethics, and the nature of soul. Vishnu's understanding of life, his understanding of duty and detachment from worldly gains, from materialistic things, is a reflection of his practice of Gnan Yoga. His teachings to Yudhishthir, recorded in Shanti Parva of Mahabharata, focus on self-realization and understanding one's true nature. When the adjective true is used against nature or any noun, true nature, true here emphasizes on one thing, that we all, including Pandavas and even we all, are not knowing true. We are unaware of the true nature of our own selves, our own Atma. So self-realization is possible when you know the truth and when you detach yourself from the unrealistic materialistic, metaphysical things. He further taught Pandavas about the nature of life. What is the nature of life and how it works? How one should live the, we say, art of living, emphasizing that true liberation comes through the destruction of ignorance. Till the time we are ignorant, till the time we are ignorant, it is all about uh, tamas, darkness around us. So liberation is conditional to the destruction of ignorance, and recently we had destroyed the tamas, darkness, and we invoked the brightness, the light on the occasion of Deepavali. So just a minute. In my native village, during evenings, the mothers and sisters and aunties come together, and they have this kirtan. There is a very famous bhajan of dedicated to Lord Shivji. There is a beautiful line in that. Neti neti જ્યાં વેદ કહે છે, મારું મંડળું ત્યાં જાવા ચહે છે. No iti. Neti is Abrams. No iti is the actual word. A nathi, which is not there, which does not exist. So if you see, since thousands of years, it's not about the time of Ved only. Even after Ved, the Vedic period, the Sanatani people, Hindu community has lived these moments, practiced these moments continuously, and it has been passed to by one generation to another generation. A very simple bhajan of very simple prayer of Lord Shiv says about the Gnan Yoga, na iti, Ved kahe છે, which is indicated, which is suggested, which is taught by Ved. Maru mandu ત્યાં જવા છે. My soul wants to be there, where the eternality is there, where the supreme power is there. So I want to go there. So it's not only about Mahabharat, Ramayana only, but it is about our daily routines and our cultures too, our own folk too. If we see the preachings and upbringing of Lord Ram, Bhagavan Ram, then we realize that he has been taught by the best sages of his time. One of the sages was Vasishtha Rusi. In Yog Vasisht, it's a name of a scripture, Yog Vasisht. In a Yog Vasisht, there is a dialogue between Ram and Bhagavan Gurudev Vasisht. Vasisht, while imparting the knowledge of Gnana Yoga, he discusses a principle to Ram. Ram is troubled by existential question about the purpose of life and nature of reality. You might be aware that in Gurukul Parampara, there was no fixed syllabi. There was no curriculum-based education. There was question and answer-based, dialogue-based education system was there. So a student comes up with, after getting the knowledge of fundamental skills, and fundamental schools, one brings the questions to the teacher, the Rishi, and Rishi answers those questions. So we know the nature of Ram. Ram must be thinking over these issues of existence, his own existence, the existence of the entire world and other people associated. So his questions regarding existential aspects and purpose of this life and the nature of reality are being answered in Yog Vasisht by Vasisht Rishi. Vasisht Rishi guides him through concepts of mind, consciousness, and illusory nature of the world. So he imparts the knowledge of Maya, Atma, and Moksha. This dialogue explores the Vedantic philosophy of non-dualism. We say that Adi Guru Shankaracharya ji has founded this school. That is right, but he propagated it in a very right and strong manner. But you see, the roots are are even you find in the time of Ramayana, in the time of Bhagwan Ram. This dialogues between Ram and Vasisht explores the Vedantic philosophy of non-dualistic or non-dualism and helps Ram transcend worldly attachments, preparing him for his future roles as enlightened king. So at that time, the purpose was to make him a worthy king. But you see, the preachings reached to his soul, and today we are worshiping him, right? So asango, there is a saying, asango hayam purusha. The self is indeed unattached. આપણે કહીએ ને કે આત્માને ક્યારે બાંધી ન શકાય. We usually often we speak આત્મા તો અમર છે, આત્માને બાંધી ન શકાય. This is what said in Yog Vasisht by Vasisht ji, that asango hayam purush, one cannot bind, there is no possibility of attachment of atma. Atma is always detached, is always free. So we have to realize this, that our own atma is also free, and our attachments towards the maya, towards the worldly things, is a barrier in the journey of moksha. Jatayu is one of the very less spoken characters, but he lived the entire life and set an example for Gnan Yoga practitioners. Jatayu, you must be aware about Jatayu. Jatayu, the wise vulture king who tries to save Sita from Ravan, exemplifies Gnan Yoga through his self-realization and understanding of duty. Whatever he did whatever the action he took is bound to his duty. The same with in Mahabharata, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, whatever action he has taken was bound to his duty. Duty is equals to dharma. Right? Despite knowing this, Jatayu was knowing that he may not succeed. He was not a fool. He was very wise person. He was king of his community, and by knowing the fact, equally by knowing the dharma, he decided to fight with Ravan, tried to save Sita, and gave up with his materialistic life. It showcased the embodiment of detachment towards the life, towards the body, towards the materialistic attachments and pleasures. His wisdom in understanding his role, regardless of outcome, reflects the insight of Gnan Yoga. And this happens with our soldiers too. This happens with we people too, regardless of our own attachments and personal benefits. There are many people in the present time too who give up their lives for the betterment of other people, focusing on their dharma, focusing on their duty. the wise people, it is believed, and we might agree to this, that the wise people seek peace through the cessation of selfish actions. If we cease the selfish actions, and if we convert ourselves and our actions selfless, what do we earn? Peace. And which could be one of the major goals of thousands of millions of people living on this earth. We all are running behind peace. Lakshman is also one of the very beautiful example of self this Gnan Yoga. His realizations were also unique. Trained warrior. In major depictions, you find him furious, but he was a very intelligent person. He did all realizations, because even by praying to Bhagwan Ram, if we can get moksha, if we can get wisdom, if we can get peace, then he was living with him. He was there with him 24/7, 365 days. How could he miss this opportunity of realization? Lakshman, through he learned the lessons. Lakshman learned the valuable lessons in and about detachments and self-awareness, especially during his time in forest with Ram and Sita. Through introspections and his interactions with sages and ascetics, Lakshman develops an understanding of nature of worldly attachments. He understood what is called attachment, where I need to detach myself. His journey towards inner wisdom and renunciation of ego-driven desires reflect the path of Gnan Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a shlok, Mana Prasada Somyatvam Mon Matma Vinigraha. Serenity, gentleness, silence, self-resilience. This constitute knowledge. Four characters are given in this shlok: serenity, gentleness, silence, and self-restraint. These four can lead us to knowledge. Knowledge leads us to wisdom, and wisdom leads us to moksha. So this stories and verses from Mahabharata and Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita illustrate the essence of Gnan Yoga, where characters cultivate wisdom. Character means an individual, even we too, cultivates wisdom, self-discipline, and detachment to reach self-realization and liberation. Each of these incidents, each of this shlok, each of these philosophical narratives lead us to introspection. We need to introspect with ourselves, our own Atma. We need to find where are we attached, why are we attached, how do we get detached, how do we detach ourselves through this worldly things by living here. If it was that if we have to go to forest and live alone, then there is no issue. But when you are using your iPads, when you are living in a very beautiful home, when you have the ownership of uh, some number of properties, you have your family members, when you have your likes, dislikes, agreements, disagreements, opinions, so it is really difficult for us to get detached. But the way out is, or the starting point in first or second or third session, somebody asked that where do we start from. So in context of Gnan Yoga, I would suggest that if you want to start this journey, you can start with small steps. So what you can start detaching is, if something has not happened of your choice, if some decision is not in your favor, let it go. Don't bother, don't ponder over it. And when it comes to giving up, be real when you give up. See, when we go to when we cater food to the animals, cow, dog, and all, we don't try to showcase them that, see, I am superior to you, I am giving you food, and that's why you are surviving. We don't do. Why don't we do? Because the person is not understanding our, the animal is not understanding our language, and we have realized that we are already superior to this. In this journey of Gnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga, what we are seeing, that there is nothing about supremacy. There is nothing about superpower. There is nothing about being either poor or rich. Is not about being elder or younger. Is not about. Actually, it is all about detaching ourselves with these adjectives and adverbs. Pannaji and all, we have reached to a stage where we are done with Vedant, fundamentals of Vedant philosophy, fundamentals of Vedant literature. We discussed Adiguru Shankaracharya's school of Advait Vedant. We discussed Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. And I wish it doesn't become like one way, that we listen and we forget, we listen and we forget, we listen and we forget. We need to implement these things. We need to start implementing. We need to start working on this. And our tradition, our culture, our scriptures, our sages, our philosophers, our scientists, our elders, everyone, be it in the history of last 5 to 10,000 years, and even who are with us in present time, are allowing us with great freedom. Take benefit of this freedom to start with, to implement it anywhere, anyhow you want. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Arjunji. That was brilliant, and we have learned quite a lot from you. And I wish you would continue
Yes.
implementing on us. Yes, I
We will
think
take
so.
another subject. We will work on some other aspect, but this aspect is, we are done with this aspect. So what is advisable is we start practicing it.
Absolutely.
Can we ask questions, Arjunji?
Please.
I personally believe, Arjunji, the lack of knowledge leads to a lot of superstitions in society.
Okay.
Do you think that's what I feel? Lack of knowledge leads to a lot of superstitions or anshraddha.
See, if you see, Manoramaji, time has changed. Now, when we visit the rural India, the villages, there is education has reached. Before couple of years, the government of India has officially announced that there is nobody in India who is illiterate now. So it is 100% literate country. You see, my profession is quite closely associated with higher education. So university and college education I'm dealing with. So I see a huge increase of number people who previously attending universities and now people who are attending university. There is a quite raise in the numbers. Superstition is something which, as you said, which is the result of ignorance. But sometimes knowledge or our belief that we know this thing. If I claim that I know Vedant, it is my claim. I'm I haven't got certified from someone who is the authority. So the definition of knowledge is questionable, in my opinion. Superstitions would not be an issue in next 10-20 years, but over believing in karmakand, over believing in dharma would be a major issue. It is my personal opinion. People may disagree with me. Uh, I see that. Ji.
Yeah, I think what I find is now, we live in different countries, and I live in Germany. What I practice in my life, I want to give others an example from the knowledge you are giving, the way I practice it, so that younger generation understand my way of life or, examples. So we often need in these conversations examples of people in our world, like who is doing what is which we've talked about kingdoms. Now why don't we take an example of the kingdoms today and the wars we are having and the philosophy towards it? How can we think in a different way? Because younger generations are fearful of what's going on at the moment. And we need knowledge, but they have to find out the knowledge of rights, wrongs. How can we influence the world as well with our knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata? So, what would you say in few sentences that I can say to the next generation?
True. It's a very vast and very complicated area, because it's been a dialogue since years, that how do we pass these things to the younger generations. But what I believe in my as you have asked me, my personal opinion is, we all, be it you, be it me, or anybody, by living we have to set the example. There is no other way out. The words doesn't make sense. For example, uh, I did my schooling in my village. It's 70 kilometers from Rajkot and 300 kilometers from Ahmedabad, right? So I did my schooling there, and my immediate neighbor, who is a Bhagavatacharya, is a very good orator, and is practicing Bhagavad Katha and all. He used to, in his youth, he was very keen towards readings. He was practicing music. He was practicing the various stotra of devoted to various devotees. Now, when I look back and when I see that, I realize, okay, at that time he invested his time, he gained knowledge, he practiced, and now he is very much successful. He's touching to the lives of thousands of people. So when I come to you people while talking, I must have to read, I must have to prepare. Similar way, my concern is, addressing this, the notion of fear. The notion of fear has led to superstitions and the mental health issues. Both are results of lack of peace. So we first have to set the example, and by saying, Kumuji, if you tell your son or daughter or your grandchildren that you should follow this, or this is a good practice, however you say, it won't touch.
No.
Even my parents, when they advise me, it doesn't touch me. It is all about realization. When they see someone, when they see you or someone practicing, and realize, life gives us ample of opportunity and moments where this thing strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let them be free, but just it's like the your responsibility is equal. If I say, let's see, there is a school or educational institute, and there is a social organization which we call home, house or family, right? Home is a social organization. There are designated people: father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, children, and then their grandchildren. And this is a structured organization, social organization. So both the organizations, social and educational organization, both of them have the responsibility to provide the situation or opportunity. That's maximum. That's what you can do, nothing more than that. You can put a situation, you can provide them with the facility, not in terms of materialistic things, in terms of the availability of resources.
Yeah. Mhm.
But learning is as and when possible. Is learning is very much conditional thing. Is a
True.
philosophical and conditional thing. Learning happens only when someone wants to learn. And this is not my opinion. Swami Vivekananda said, he
Mm.
said, no one can teach anyone anything in this world. You see his claim, no one in this world can teach anyone anything. Is it that, if you see, if you put this definition into one word, it is self learning.
Yes, when curiosity comes with the children, I'll try to be prepared with answers. Why? And do it. And so the knowledge you're giving, we try to interpret it and give it further. So it is good. It's good what we learn from you. And because you have gone through from older generation to being a student, being going to school. Now you are a teacher. So, your experience counts a lot for us to give it further. So I think it's lovely. Lovely it's very nice when you talk to us, makes a lot of sense
It does.
for
I
us to go
request you,
further. Mhm.
Gumuji, I further request you not
Yeah.
to think in such a perspective that you are gaining something and you want to pass on.
No,
This
that's not
would happen.
same.
This would happen. This is a very natural process. It's a
Mm.
part of Prakriti, so we need not to do anything consciously.
Yeah, yeah. No, when somebody asks, when the younger ones ask, if we don't have an answer, that is a bit sad. That's what I mean. That we prepare for questions when what answer to give.
It if you see the tradition of the entire Vedanta literature and discourse, the question is important, answer is not important.
Yeah.
In the entire journey, and you see the best schools of the world, best universities of the world, if you study these institutions, what do they promote is questions. What
Mhm.
is their culture? It's questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Questioning is something. That's why Gurukul Parampara of Bharat is considered the best education system. That's why people from around 100 plus countries used to come to Nalanda, Bihar, the present Bihar state, where Nalanda University was there before some 100 years, some 600, 700, or 800 years back. Right. At that time, if you see that the fundamental concept, now we don't have such scriptures available with us in India, but you see the diaries and text of Chinese and Tibetan and other philosophers and travelers. You find these sources. It the crux, the core idea is questioning.
Actually, Arjunji, technology has helped the young generation. There were
Yeah.
certain questions even we didn't know when they asked why, and they referred to Google, and they are now learning to get these answers, which in a way technology has helped a lot.
Yeah, it has helped. The only concern in while using technology is you don't have the tag of authenticity. You don't know which is authentic.
Too.
Yeah. You don't know if it's real or not real.
Yes. So even if they get information, then they may work on the wisdom or knowledge part.
because you have really clarified Gnan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, all so simply that, it applies to the common man.
It is made by our ancestors in such a way that we every day can practice this, and we need not to go to forest, we need not to really go for vanprasthasam. We can stay in society, be with our own people, and
True.
can practice.
Yeah, very true. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjunji. Very good session.
Yes, it is. Like Kumudji mentioned, that we have to be prepared for our grandchildren.
Yeah.
Like my grandson was asking me, why is the elephant, why has this boy got an elephant head?
Yeah.
And you know what? It was so nice of my daughter to explain to him, and he kept on saying, why? And the next why, and the next why. So we had to be prepared for it. And you explained to us so nicely that we can simplify it and tell them easily. So thank you, Arjunji. That is wonderful way of explaining to us everything about Vedanta. And your next subject we'd like to carry on next week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much. And as you all know, today is a Remembrance Day, and we remember all our guys who struggled and fought in the World War I. And well, Remembrance Day, which is today, is known as a Sunday, Remembrance Sunday. It is a day to honor those who have served to defend the UK and the Commonwealth, and to remember the sacrifice of their families and the emergency services. It also acknowledges the innocent civilians who have died in conflict and acts of terrorism. Remembrance Day is held on the second Sunday in November, the Sunday closest to Armistice Day, which is the anniversary of the end of the World War I in 1918.
Yeah.
And today, everybody in our country is getting together and place a wreath for them. Thank you, Arjunji and Pragnaji.
Thank you. I take your leave. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pragnaji, are we doing 5 minutes of meditation?
It's coming to 10 o'clock. Is everybody all right for 5 minutes to have just a little bit of relaxation?
We are.
Yeah? Okay. Sit comfortably wherever you're sitting. Ensure your spine is nice and erect. Shoulders roll back. Gently close your eyes. Observe your breath as the divine universal energy is entering your body. Your belly is bulging out. As you're exhaling, your navel is trying to touch the spine. Bring yourself to the present moment and just connect yourself. Take the divine universal energy in, and you're going to breathe out with sound Omkar diaphragmatically. Om. Relax your whole body from tip of your toe to all the way up to your center of your skull. Take your awareness to your toes, tense them up, and just relax. Take your awareness to the heels, soles of your feet, ankle, shin, calf muscles, both your knees, back of your knees, upper thigh muscles, back of your thigh muscles, area around your pelvis. Just tense it up, lift it up, and just relax. Entering to the center, the first chakra of our body, Mula chakra. Tense it up, lift it up, and just relax. Area between the Mula chakra and Manipur chakra is Swadhisthana chakra, full of water, traveling upwards to your Manipur chakra, navel area. Tense it up and just relax. As you're breathing in, belly is inflating. As you're breathing out, belly is deflating. Traveling upwards to your heart, Anahata chakra. Micro movements is inflating and deflating. Without that movement, we won't be here. We won't be alive. Traveling up to our throat chakra, Vishuddhi chakra. Our tongue is comfortably sitting in our eyelids. Eyebrows are nice and soft. Traveling up to a third eye, Agna chakra is open to receive that energy. The last chakra, Sahasra chakra, center of your skull, is open to receive that energy from the Mother Earth, entering through there into our body. Back of your skull, area around your ears, base of your neck. Just lift your shoulders up and put them back in your pockets. Upper spine, middle, base of your spine. Lift the pelvis area and just relax. Make a fist, tense it up, and relax. Take your awareness to around your wrist area. Both your arms, your elbows, upper arm, the whole body from top of your skull to end of your toes is completely relaxed. Your mind is calm. You show your compassion to people around you. Show your gratitude towards each and everything you possess in your life. Thankful to the Supreme Power that you got food on your plate, shelter over your head, and so lucky, thankful that I'm still breathing and open my eyes. It's a pond without a ripple. Your mind is completely calm, relaxed, without any worries. Very gently, bring yourself back to your surrounding. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bring your hands next to your heart center in a Namaskar Mudra. Take a deep, long, divine, universal breath in. I'm going to breathe out slowly, prolonged Omkar. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinam Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Paschantu Ma Kashit Dupag Bhavate. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all enjoy prosperity and may none suffer. Peace to myself, peace to people around me, and peace to the whole wide world. Very gently rub your palms together to create that urja, that energy. Once you feel the heat, cup them over your eyes. Open your eyes in the darkness. Let that energy be absorbed through your eyes back into your body. Cup them over your ears, all around your body, anywhere, any area needs any healing. Very gently bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra near your heart center. Open your palms and gently look into it. And Namaste.
Thank you, Panaji. Pragnaji, very nice.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Panaji, any
you.
recording for this meditation?
Sorry,
Any recording for the meditation?
Pannabin?
Yes, it will be. It will be there. It
There
will
would be a
there.
recording because I missed a little bit.
Okay.
Not to worry.
Where would it be, Panaji?
It will be in our Mangalam recording.
Okay, thank you, Panaji, and have
Okay.
a lovely day. Thank you. Thank you,
too.
Panaji.
Vasuben,
Huh?
we just did meditation for less than 10 minutes. We can do, when we have time, we will do for longer time and do from stretch our joints from top to bottom, each and every joint, and I will go through with you all sometime when we have got time, okay?
Yeah, thank you, because I'm suffering with the leg ulcer at the moment.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not healing as yet, and it's just giving me a lot of problem.
I
okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Panaji. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let me remind you what Mangalam has in store for you. Tomorrow we've got our Bollywood fitness at 3 o'clock, and then on Tuesday it's a Tulsi Veva Ekadasi. So please try and join in for our Ekadasi bhajan at 8 o'clock as well. And then following on Thursday we have a yoga, and back to our routine on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Thank you
Panaji.
very much, Panaben, for your services.
Thank you, Panaji.
Panna.
Thank
care.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Pragnaji, as well.
Thank
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank you.
participating.
Thank
Take
you.
care and have a lovely weekend. Don't forget to buy a poppy flower. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye
Thank
then.
you, Panaben, and thank
Savita
you,
Ben,
everyone. Thank you so much.
can you unmute? I would like to talk to you. Savita Ben? Ratanji.
Yes?
Savita Ben.
No, Nalini Ratanji.
No, there is another Savita Ben.
Okay. Namaste, Ben.
There's another one, somebody else. Oh, sorry. તમારી ડોટર છે તમારી સાથે તમે ક્યાંથી અહીંયા લંડનમાં છો સવિતા